The sights, sounds, and smells of fall have finally arrived, just in time for the high school playoff season. Hello and welcome to another edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Kim Pierce. There were only 4 local football games played in Week 7, but the stakes were high with playoff hopes still alive for several teams. A pair of 3-3 teams squared off with Neuqua Valley playing host to Naperville North, with the winner moving to the brink of the postseason.
Friday Night Football continues in Naperville. It's a late-season DVC matchup with playoff implications as Naperville North travels to Neuqua Valley. With 2 games remaining, both teams sit at 3-3, and they both need to win 2 out of their final 3 games to keep their seasons alive. After the North defense forces a punt, Husky running back William Elo takes the handoff and turns on the Jets. Elo outruns the Wildcat defense for the 68-yard, one-play touchdown as North leads 7-0. The Wildcat offense is back on the field as quarterback Drake Menke finds his receiver Ben Stefanski to move the chains. Later in the drive, Neuqua running back Andy Barkley catches the pitch, gets to the outside, and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Time the game up 7-7 as we go into the second quarter. Neuqua has all the momentum after forcing North to punt. The Wildcat running back breaks a tackle and gets upfield for the first down. Continuing their success on the ground, Andy Barkley breaks through the Husky defense and follows his blocking, eventually finding the end zone for his second touchdown. Early in the second, Neuqua leads 14-7. A big play on their next drive for the blue and orange offense as receiver Christian Briggs hauls in this contested catch to set up the offense in the red zone. 4th down for the North offense as quarterback Josiah Nothacker finds a wide-open Finian Bertag for the touchdown. North ties the game back up at 14. Nearing the end of the first half, the Neuqua offense converts a huge 4th down as Menke throws a perfect pass to Joshua Retman to keep the drive alive. Moments later, the Wildcat quarterback avoids the pass rush and takes off looking for the end zone. The Wildcat QB makes a few defenders miss before being tackled inside the 5. Going into the second half, Neuqua leads 17-14 after kicker Michael Creedon converts the field goal. It's 4th and short for the Husky offense. The North quarterback tries his second quarterback sneak, but fumbles again as Wildcat Tyler Vanderlaan comes up with the football. After the North turnover, Menke connects with William Kalish for the first down. Now inside the red zone, Neuqua's Andy Barkley goes up the middle before cutting to the right side for his 3rd touchdown of the night. The Cats lead 23-14 with 5:19 remaining after their extra point is blocked. Husky Mason Hill steps into the backfield, filling in for the injured William Elo. Hill does not miss a beat as he follows his blocking before finding his way into the end zone. The Huskies trail 23-21. The Husky defense gets the stop they needed as the North defensive line forces a bad throw from the Wildcat quarterback as Griffin Georgievic comes up with the interception. Going into the final quarter, North trails 23-21. Josiah Nothacker drops back to pass and throws it deep while getting hit to receiver Jack Zitko for the touchdown. The Huskies lead 27-23 as the offense stays on the field for a 2-point conversion. Back in the game, William Elo gets the handoff and gets into the end zone untouched for the conversion. The Huskies lead 29-23. With less than 3 minutes left, the Wildcats offense dials up a trick play as Barkley gets the toss from Menke before throwing the halfback pass. Barkley connects with an open Menke with only one defender to beat. The Wildcat quarterback dives for the pylon but loses the ball as the defense recovers in the end zone for a touchback. Inches away from taking the lead, Neuqua turns the ball over instead. The Wildcat defense forced a punt, giving the offense one last chance, down by 6. Husky star pass rusher Gabe Hill gets the sack on Menke to force a 3rd and long with the clock still running under a minute. After picking up a chunk play on 3rd down, it's the final chance for the Wildcats. The Negro quarterback avoids the rush and scrambles down the sideline looking to stop the clock with a 1st down, but is tackled out of bounds as time expires. Naperville North escapes Neuqua Valley with an intense 29-23 victory. The Huskies improve to 4-3 and are now 1 win away from qualifying for a spot in the 8A playoffs.
It's homecoming weekend at Metea Valley as the Mustangs take the field, looking to give their home fans a treat and keep their playoff hopes alive, sitting at 2-4. They welcome Naperville Central, who comes in eager to pick up win number 2 on the season. On Metea's second drive, Zolan Terry takes the end around, finds the open gap, and he's off and running for a 57-yard touchdown to make it 7-0 Mustangs. Mustangs with the ball again as they look to double their lead. Charlie Larson throws, but Matt Guerin makes the interception to give momentum back to the Redhawks. The Redhawks extend their drive into the second quarter, but that suddenly ends because CJ Jordan's trips landed Nelson, and it's Mustang football. Following the takeaway, Larson throws a bomb to Jordan, who's also a receiver. Jordan is wide open and leaves everyone in the dust for a 72-yard touchdown to make it 14-0 Metea. Jackson Loth displays his arm as he passes to a streaking Mark Williams to get Central into scoring position. Loth ends the drive by doing his thing and hits Dylan Martin for a crucial touchdown. Redhawks trail 14-7 at the half. On Central's opening possession to start the second half, Loth swings it out to Kyle Clark, and he'll do the rest by finishing in the end zone for 6 to tie the game at 14. Still tied at 14 in the fourth quarter, Loth throws, but Caden Phillips snags the ball with one hand for the Mustang interception. Metea drives down the field, and Marquise Brown runs in for the go-ahead touchdown, and the Black and Gold retake the lead 21-14. Late in the fourth quarter, Loth and the Hawks will not give up. He drops back and fires to Vince Byrne, who makes the catch for the touchdown. This game is tied at 21, so we need overtime to decide a winner. Hawks take the ball first, and it's Loth finding an open Martin, and he will do the rest and just gets into the end zone. Redhawks take their first lead of the contest at 28-21. Metea's turn with Larson looking to keep the game alive. He rolls out looking for a target, but Aaron Kennedy picks him off, and we have a winner. Naperville Central takes the 28-21 overtime thriller over Metea Valley.
Welcome back to some Friday Night Lights action. Tonight's matchup is the Bennett Academy Red Wings traveling to Triton College, taking on the Fenwick Friars. It's the Friars' homecoming and senior night, which means Bennett Academy has a chance to upset Fenwick. That momentum would make a difference for the Red Wings after a tough loss last week against St. Patrick. The Friars look to stay hot with a victory tonight after a dominant win last week against St. Lawrence. Fenwick's first drive starts off fast as Tommy Thies bursts through the Red Wings defense, entering inside the 10-yard line. Thies finishes the drive strong, scoring tonight's opening touchdown. Fenwick leads 7-0 with under 2 minutes in the first quarter. Bennett Academy's first offensive drive of the night starts off hot as Benjamin Clevenger passes it to Ben Albert. Albert looks deep and connects with wide receiver John Erickson for an 80-yard touchdown. The score is now tied at 7 with 10 minutes left in the first quarter. The Red Wings get the Friars to a 4th down. Thies is attempting to muscle his way through the line, but is stopped by the Red Wings defense, putting up another turnover on downs. Bennett now faces a 4th down early on, but it's no problem for the Red Wing offense as Clevenger connects with Albert, and that's a 1st down. We remain tied at 7 to end the first quarter. The Friars start the second quarter with a bang as Williams connects with Tomczak, but it's a fumble coming down with the ball, and the Friars quickly recover. Fenwick would then punch it in with more hard running by Thies, accelerating through the goal line for another touchdown, his second of the night. Fenwick extends their lead 14-7. Now Fenwick looks to keep the offense hot after forcing a Bennett punt, ending up with good field positioning. The blocked punt leads to Williams connecting with Jonathan Pavilon for a touchdown pass, extending the Friars' lead 22-7 after a successful two-point conversion. Bennett's special teams can't seem to find their footing here for the Red Wings as the Friars get a blocked punt, setting themselves up in the red zone. This one is all Fenwick as Jake Thies punches it in for the dagger touchdown. The Friars would go on to defeat the Red Wings 49-7 after scoring 42 unanswered points from Bennett Academy. Fenwick takes on the undefeated Mount Carmel next week, and Bennett Academy faces off against Nazareth Academy. It's a pink out for Waubonsee Valley football in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as the Warriors take on the visiting Chargers of Stagg High School. The Warriors are 6-0, looking to break their losing streak after losing to Normal West last week, while the Chargers are also looking for their first win of the season after losing to Andrew High School 56-6. At the 41-yard line in the first quarter, Waubonsee's Nolan Alberson hands off to Abriel Epting, who has the ball on the carry. He gets tackled down near the 65 by Charger Nathan Morales. Good for a Warriors first down. At the 15-yard line, Alberson holds onto the ball looking for a pass, but the Warrior gets sacked by Charger Landon Marino. Later on, Alberson finds Chase Kaladziej, and just like that, a completion to put the Warriors near the end zone. It's first and goal for Waubonsee Valley. Going to the end zone is Waubonsee's Colin Ford getting the ball. He runs a loop and dives deep into the end zone to put Waubonsee Valley on the board for the first touchdown of the night. Chargers with the ball as Matt Nyblom throws a pass. Nyblom's pass gets picked up by Josiah Griffin, which is good for a Warriors interception. The second quarter is underway as Alberson throws a complete pass to Gavin Ali Hanlon, who runs the ball from the 16-yard line close to the end zone, but gets pushed out of bounds by Charger Omar Ahmed, resulting in first and goal for the Warriors. With 10 minutes left at third and goal, Nolan Alberson cruised his way through the Chargers for a Waubonsee Valley touchdown. Snapping at the 42-yard line, and Alberson makes a long pass to Colin Ford downfield, and it's a completion for his second touchdown of the night. We go into halftime with Waubonsee Valley leading 24-0 after the field goal attempt. 2 minutes into the third quarter, and Alberson himself makes his way to the end zone for a touchdown. More touchdowns are on the way for Waubonsee Valley, this time from Gavin Ali Hanlon, who runs like the wind for a 51-yard touchdown. However, Waubonsee Valley misses the extra point attempt. The Chargers have the ball on the 22-yard line as Nyblom is looking for a pass, but Kyler Payne comes in, sacking the Charger with assistance from Leo Hobson. About a minute remaining in the third quarter, Colin Ford has the ball and makes his way to the end zone for his third touchdown of the night. Fourth quarter is on with a running clock as Ib Mustafa looks for a pass to Iroslav Anisov of Stagg, but the ball gets picked up by Caden Ula of Waubonsee Valley, with the Warriors getting the ball back. Waubonsee with the ball as Alberson hands off to John Hung, who makes his way to the end zone for a touchdown. In the end, Waubonsee Valley comes home with their first win of the season by shutting out Stagg 51-0.
After the break, we'll take a look at who's moving on to state with the boys and girls golf sectionals.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
Two dealerships side by side, identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Right now, get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models at Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville.
The first state meet of the season is always the Boys and Girls Golf Championships. But before we get there, let's begin with the sectional round, where local history was made at Springbrook Golf Course during the girls' meet.
Normally when there is an umbrella out during the girls' golf sectional round, it's to shield from the wind and the cold, but this fall it's to provide cover from the October heat. Springbrook Golf Course welcomes golfers from our 6 local schools, with Waubonsie Valley hosting the sectional in honor of longtime head coach John Farnan, who is retiring after the season. The 4 Waubonsie qualifiers look to take advantage of the familiarity of their home course. On the first hole, senior Hannah Lee makes a nice chip onto the green and towards the pin as she ends her Warrior career with a score of 91. Freshman teammate Alyssa Straub sinks a par putt from about 10 feet, a great shot, but Straub's season comes to an end with a round of 96. Neuqua Valley has one representative in the sectional in Malar Anand. She unleashes a great second shot that powers onto the edge of the green from the fairway. Despite the display of power, Anand is unable to make the state cut with a score of 99. Naperville Central senior Ashika Patel buries a solid putt for par on the opening hole. Her 18-hole score of 81 is right on the cut line, keeping her dreams of state qualification alive. Teammate Mae Binkowski hangs around the cut line for most of the day, but comes up short after a solid round of 89, bringing her Red Hawk career to a close. Over to the 9th hole green, where St. Charles North has 2 golfers near the top of the leaderboard. Kayla Bew finishes tied for second with a 75, while fellow sophomore Abigail Gizowitz is heading to state with a round of 77. Also heading to state is Plainfield East sophomore Taylor Miller. She nearly chips in from the 9th hole green and ends her day with a 77. Regional and DBC individual champion Addison Saganic from Naperville North hits a par on the 9th green as the senior remains in the hunt for one of the 10 individual state spots. Waubonsie Valley junior Minna Sham is heading back to state for a 3rd straight season as she puts her shot onto the green on hole number 9. The Warrior guarantees that Coach Farnan will head to state one final time thanks to a round of 80. Metea Valley is hoping to make school history by qualifying for state as a team for the first time, as the DBC champion Mustangs are in the hunt entering the final holes. Sophomore Oyuhai Serenen finishes her day on 18 with a tough putt to make bogey, giving her a score of 85 for the sectional. Junior Ashley Jenner finishes out of the top 4 Mustangs in the team total, but her round of 93 would be pivotal to the cause for the black and gold. Senior McKenna Wigfield does a great job getting up and down on the 18th green to end her day with a par. She joins fellow senior Ansley Ellis with a 90, as Metea is neck and neck with the Oswego Co-op for 3rd place and the final state spot. Freshman Maya Shah enters the final hole needing to secure a double bogey or better to clinch her spot at state as an individual and keep the Mustangs within a stroke of Oswego. After getting stuck in the bunker, Shaw chips from the other side of the green and well past the hole, setting up a long putt to save that double bogey. Sitting beyond 15 feet, Shaw calms her nerves and buries the clutch putt to give her an 80 for the sectional. Metea Valley is now 1 stroke behind Oswego as the co-op wraps up their final holes. The final Oswego golfer is regional champion Allie Wertel, who makes long putt attempts look easy. But the usually unflappable sophomore closes out her round with bogeys on 17 and 18, dropping her into 2nd place overall with a 75, and putting Oswego and Metea into a tie for 3rd at 345. The tiebreaker is decided by the 5th place scorecard from each team, and the 93 from Ashley Jenner beats out the 102 from Mallory Paustenbach. The Mustangs become the first golf program in Metea Valley history to qualify for state. 2 more team state spots are up for grabs, and Bennett Academy looks to stake its claim. Marina Masserin just misses out on a nice par on 18, but the senior does a lot to help the Red Wings with her score of 82. Senior Emily Bushy chips in with a 91, while Lauren Bushy is not far behind with a 92. Sophomore Kate Lewis hits a big putt on 18 to close with a par and a round of 90, as Bennett is on the brink of program history. Freshman Lauren Goss, who impressed a week ago by finishing as the regional runner-up, continues to perform beyond her years. On the final green, Goss taps in for par to close her round of 75. She finishes in a tie for second, but more importantly, clinches the first team sectional championship in Bennett girls golf history with a total score of 338. Plainfield North takes second at 342. There are still state qualifying spots to be decided as individuals. Crystal Lake Central golfer Riley Rudd hits a clutch putt from distance for par to end her day with an 81, which ends up being the score needed to make a playoff to determine the final spots. Addison Saganek is sitting at 81 and needs to hit this par putt on 18 to make the playoff. The attempt has good speed, but the ball slides left of the cup. Saganek's stellar career comes to a close after a round of 82. Over on the 9th hole, Waubonsie Valley junior Sia Sohal needs a bogey to finish with an 81. As rain begins to fall, the Warrior sinks the putt from just under 10 feet to secure her spot in the playoff. 5 girls who shot an 81 in total head to the playoff with 4 spots up for grabs. On the first playoff hole, which is at number 10, Sia Sohal putts for birdie from the fringe and runs the ball all the way to settle close to the pin. Riley Rudd ends up winning the hole with a par to punch her ticket, with the other 4 golfers moving on to another hole. Number 18 serves as the second playoff hole, where Rockford Guilford's Rory Sweet is the only golfer to make par. The freshman earns her qualifying spot, leaving 3 girls to battle for the final 2 spots. After everybody bogeys the third playoff hole, we move to the 4th on number 11. This hole ends up giving the golfer some trouble, but Oswego freshman Giselle Resendez makes her putt for par and moves on, putting pressure on Sia Sohal and Ashika Patel. Patel putts for bogey and needs it to stay alive. The Red Hawk finds the cup, and the final 2 head to hole number 12, with the sun beginning to set. On the 12th green, Patel faces a long par attempt, needing to sink it to keep the pressure on Sohal. The putt is on line but settles just inches shy of the pin as Patel taps in for bogey. That leaves a 5-footer for the Warrior for par and the final state spot. Sohal gets it to go and lets out a sigh of relief, becoming the second Waubonsie golfer moving on to state. A great Naperville Central career for Patel comes up just 1 stroke shy of state. Kylie Sanborn from Plainfield North is the individual champion, with Bennett Academy celebrating the girls' golf sectional title victory.
Out to East Moline we go for the boys golf 3A sectional, with the trip to state on the line as Naperville North, regional champions Bennett Academy, and Waubonsie Valley make their team appearances. At the same time, Naperville Central and Neuqua Valley bring in individuals. We start on hole 4, where Waubonsie's Adam Torian is fighting for a spot downstate. He displays a good chip on the green, but a round of 76 will not cut it, and his high school career comes to an end. Hinsdale Central comes in winning the last 3 sectionals, and this par by Thomas Plump shows promise. On the 7th green, Caden Peterson hopes to continue his strong senior year and punch his state ticket. Peterson pulls all the juice he can on the lag, but it comes up short of the birdie, so he pars, shoots a 71, and is moving on as an individual. With Moline as the host, Greer Peters helps his team by hitting the par to keep the scorecard clean on the screen. Though their main star, junior Isaac Rumler, fights a downhill birdie battle, and with the late curve, it finds the bottom of the cup. Staying with Rumler on the 14th green, who shows why he's placed in the top 5 at state every year. Rumler places his tee shot right on the green and gets a favorable roll to set up a birdie chance. Rumler seals the deal with the bird and shoots a 67, the lowest individual score on the round. Jack Quill for Bennett hopes to do the same. His tee shot lands on the green, but very close to a hole-in-one. A great swing by Quill, and locks in the birdie to follow up, but posting a 76 will not make the state cut. Oswego East gets a state qualifier via Zach Johnson, who also birdies and shoots a 68. Graham Kavanaugh is one of 3 Redhawks golfing as individuals, but is the only one to make it out alive thanks to a round of 73. Naperville North is looking to send some golfers downstate as Henry Homiser's lag stops too early. Homiser shoots a 74, but is that enough? Mike Johansson for Wheaton Warrenville South hits the state qualifying mark by nabbing the 71 spot thanks to great concentration on the approach. Geneva's Ben Claremont ends his sectional with a clutch par to put his team in contention to qualify for state. Over to Nico's Drew Allen, who is fighting for his life if he wants to golf another round. He pars the 18th green, but that culminates in a playoff between him and Henry Homiser for the final spot. Homiser can put the pressure on Allen with a par, but he misses. So Allen can finish it off with a par for himself, and he got it to punch his ticket to state. Allen, Kavanaugh, and Peterson will represent the area at the Den at Fox Creek. Team-wise, it's Hinsdale Central taking home its 4th straight sectional plaque with Moline in 2nd and Geneva in 3rd.
The flag football season is now deep into the postseason, with our 3 local teams making their playoff debuts. Naperville North started off with a win over Larkin before falling to Oswego East in the regional semifinals. On the other side of the sectional, Naperville Central played host to Bennett Academy, with the winner moving on to the regional finals against Glenbard West.
Naperville Central and Bennett Academy continue their inaugural girls flag football season as they both clash in the regional semifinals. The Redhawks are fresh off a quarterfinal win over East Aurora, while the Red Wings look to make it 2 for 2 over the Hawks after a win on September 27th. Redhawks faced a 4th down early as Lila Hope throws into trouble, but Maya Stoner picks up the deflection for a 1st down to keep the drive moving. Then the Hawks draw up some razzle-dazzle with Rosana Mazda taking the handoff, but pitches back to Hope, and she heaves it up for Malia Shen, and she makes the catch for the touchdown. A scene of trickery gives Naperville Central a 7-0 lead. The strong start carries into the 2nd quarter with Hope throwing a screen to Mazza, and she'll do the rest. Mazza jukes out the defenders and takes the ball into enemy territory. Later in the drive, Mazza ends it by taking the handoff and runs into the end zone for 6 at a 14-0 lead. Then the defense helps out the offense with Teagan Marshall jumping the route and makes the interception to get the ball back for the Hawks. Here's another running play, this time from Nicole Smith. Smith turns on the Jets by soaring by every defender, and 34 yards later, she scores a touchdown for the Redhawks. 21-0 Central, but we're just getting started. On the Red Wings' next drive, Emma Briggs passes to Rachel Holasek, and she sneaks into the red zone to get a spark going. The ball is at the 1, and Ava Mersinger takes the handoff and walks in for the touchdown. The big score for the Wings makes it a 21-7 deficit at the half. Red Wings start the second half with good juju. Briggs calls her own number on this play, and after a run of 20-plus yards, Bennett is back in scoring position. They go back to Mersinger, who is 2 for 2 on scores, and this one makes it a 7-point game. Momentum stays on their side in the fourth quarter as Briggs fakes the run by passing to Caroline Gus for the touchdown. However, they can't convert on the 1-point try, so it remains 21-20 Central. Redhawks regroup with Hope continuing to display her arm. She gets the pass to Stoner, and not only will she pick up the first down, but she wants it all. Stoner is long gone for a 79-yard touchdown to steal the Thunder back. Hawks with the ball again, and Hope finds Mazza, who finds the zone for the dagger. The Red Wings get a late score, but it's Naperville Central with the 35-26 semifinal win, and will face Glenbard West in the regional championship. It's regional final action time for girls flag football as this evening's matchup showcases Naperville Central and Glenbard West. The Redhawks are coming off a hard-fought semifinal win over Bennett Academy, while the Hilltoppers look to steal the Thunder on Central's turf. The Hilltoppers face a fourth down early looking to move the chains, but it's Tegan Marshall on the pass breakup to give Central the ball back. We remain scoreless after one.
Pass ball incomplete.
To start the second, the Redhawks are in great field position after a Hilltopper punt, and Delilah Hope connects with Malia Shen, who breaks multiple tackles and scores the first touchdown of the game, and the Hawks lead 7-0. The Hilltoppers look for some offense as Shelby Bobroff connects with Dee Dee Mayer for a big gain. West attempts to put points on the scoreboard, but the pass is tipped and intercepted by Central's Bella Eves to set the tone for the defense. Central feeds off the pick with Hope finding Grace Kolzielski for the touchdown to put the Redhawks up 13-0, and that's your halftime score. So we go to the fourth with the Hilltoppers on to punt. It's Nicole Smith who receives the punt, but pitches back to Shen, and she makes an impressive return to set up the Redhawks in the red zone. Shen capitalizes on the successful return as she works the tip drill and pulls it down and takes it to the house for another Central touchdown. The Hilltoppers need anything to stay alive, but Nicole Smith makes the interception and keeps momentum on the Central side. After the pick, Hope runs it in for the knockout punch, and Naperville Central wins its first ever girls flag football regional title with a 25-0 win over Glenbard West. The Hawks move on to the South Elgin sectional, where they'll face the top-seeded Willowbrook on Monday.
The DVC girls volleyball season rolls on, with teams elbowing for position at the top of the standings. After multiple three-set heartbreakers, Mattia Valley looks to break through against Waubonsie Valley.
We got some volleyball action at Mattia Valley High School, featuring the host Mustangs taking on the visiting Wildcats of Neuqua Valley. Mattia is looking to win after a loss to Wheaton North, while the Wildcats are eager to find another win after dominating Naperville Central. Mustangs have the ball in hand as Alyssa King jumps up to deliver a kill shot, and the Mustangs are down 4-3. Sienna Bilek serves for Mattia. The ball goes over to Neuqua, where Tatum Kelly passes to Addison Frisbee and delivers a hard kill to keep the match rolling. 12-6 Wildcats so far, and Ana Maria Eldia serves from behind and delivers an ace to add another point for the Cats. After an unanswered point for Mattia, Ella Cole responds to the call by delivering another kill of her own. Skyla Schur is on to serve for the Wildcats, and that serve turns into another ace and a 17-9 lead. The Mustangs are able to score 4 more points as Ava Guzowski passes to Gwen Yu, who taps the ball over the net for the point. Mattia trails 20-14. The black and gold are not giving up yet. Katie Wagner hits over the net where Tatum Kelly passes to Frisbee for the kill shot, but Olivia Stewart deflects the shot, resulting in a point for the Mustangs. Alexandra Durkin is on to serve for set point. Durkin draws the ace, and the Wildcats take set 1, 25-16. Jumping ahead into the second set with Neuqua ahead 5-4. After an Alexis Coffey serve, Olivia Stewart is there to send the ball back over to even it up at 5. 8-5 Mustangs, and King adds another tally with the kill. 3 points later, Stewart makes a serve that hits over the net and past the Wildcats for another ace. It may be a 4-point deficit for Neuqua, but Kelly sets up Frisbee, who delivers another kill. Now it's a 1-point deficit for the Wildcats, but the Mustangs regroup as Guzowski passes to Ashley Ward, and she finds Stewart once again, and look at that, it's another kill. Now both teams are tied at 20 with Sienna Bilek on to serve. On Neuqua's side, Kelly passes over to Durkin, and what do you know, they pull off another kill and the Wildcats take the lead. After 3 surprise points from Neuqua, Aldia serves the ball to the Mustangs, who can't keep it in on the send back, so that culminates as match point and the win for Neuqua Valley. Wildcats take it in straight sets 25-16 and 25-22. Metea Valley welcomes Waubonsie Valley as both teams begin the second half of conference play for girls volleyball. In the first meeting, it was the Warriors grinding out a 3-set win. It's a 4-4 tie until Aline Wilson brings her deck and draws the ace. The early momentum stays with the home team, and Olivia Stewart steps in. She gets a block, but the Warriors keep it alive, so Stewart will do it again and gets the point to fall for the Mustangs. The Warriors finally catch a break with Olivia O'Hara getting an ace, and that evens the set at 11. 4 points later, Metea is up 15-11, and they add another tally with Ashley Ward setting up Elise King, who delivers the kill. Waubonsie stays aggressive in set 1 with the rally on the court. They reset after the send-back as Chloe Gollier caps the possession off with the kill, and the Warriors trail 19-17. However, it's Metea staying in complete control as we hit set point. The Warriors can't send the ball back over, and the Mustangs win set 1 25-21. The Warriors flip the script as they get an ace from Catherine Travis to give them a 3-0 lead. Metea climbs back into it down 1, and Wilson assists to Annie Burke, which pays off because Burke gets a kill. Both teams remain deadlocked with Metea looking for that point, but the Warriors get the favorite thanks to O'Hara passing to Addie Candrian, who sends it over the net and down for the point. WV continues to open the floodgates and get more insurance from Anna Axelson, who makes the heads-up kill to culminate in a 19-14 Warrior lead. Despite the deficit, the Mustangs won't give up. After a small rally, Stewart answers the call by smacking the ball into the opponent's face for the point. Now it's set point for Waubonsie, up 24-19. Travis makes 2 defensive blocks, forcing the Mustangs to scramble, and unable to send it back, and the Warriors force a third set with a 25-19 win in set 2. Set 3 starts with yet another tie, and the Warriors continue to bring the pressure. On the reset, O'Hara serves to Candrian and hits the ball just out of reach of any Mustang. This set remains close, but Waubonsie keeps its composure. Metea with the sendback, and the Warriors call up Belle Black on the right side and sneaks it to the other end. It's 13-10 Warriors. The Mustangs are down but not out. They need a quick kill, and Ishana Harris grants their wish and trail 15-11. Though the last 2 sets are all about Waubonsie. Candrian delivers the knockout punch in kill number 12, and the Warriors take it in 3 sets over the Mustangs. Naperville North is getting its pink on for tonight's volleyball matchup in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Both the Huskies and Waubonsie Valley Warriors are displaying a sea of pink as they compete for a DVC matchup. The Huskies are coming off a loss to Bennett Academy, while the Warriors are fresh off a win over St. Charles East. The Huskies waste no time as Kate Provenzano displays a kill for some early momentum. This set shows a 3-point lead for North until Chloe Golaller jumps up to deliver a kill shot, and the Warriors are down by 2. Now down by 1 for Waubonsie, Olivia O'Hara serves, and that results in an ace for a 12-12 tie. Annette Bendar serves for the Huskies, and that also turns into an ace, and it's 16-15 North. After 4 points for Dub V, Hannah Cross passes to Alex Axelsen, who delivers a kill shot, and it's a 3-point deficit for the Warriors. Set point coming up for Naperville North, but the Warriors put a stop to it as Haley Petrick serves and draws another ace, and the set keeps going with Waubonsie trailing 24-23. Set point coming up for the Warriors as Petrick serves to Cracelin, and she seals set number 1 with the kill shot, and Waubonsie wins 27-25. Set 2 is underway with Naperville North trailing by 4. Joelle Pye Blacknerd goes for a hard smack on the ball that goes out of sight. Emma Chang for North is looking to catch up with the hit over the net, but Cracelin taps the ball back to the other side for the Warrior point. Waubonsie sure brought out its deck of cards because O'Hara displays another ace, and the Warriors take a commanding 11-4 lead. And it's gone because Naperville North comes back and retakes the lead, with Emma Chang running to Grace Anderson's pass and displaying an aggressive kill shot. Huskies are up 21-18. Later in the set, we are tied at 23. Hannah Cross for Waubonsie makes the pass to Annabelle Black and completes the kill mission to break the tie. Petrick is on to serve with match point coming up for Waubonsie. Pye Blacknerd goes for the kill shot, but the ball goes into foul territory, resulting in a point and a win for the Warriors. Waubonsie Valley takes it in straight sets, 27-25 and 25-23.
It's a fall football showdown between Naperville North and Neuqua Valley, and the game is about as close as it gets, with Naperville North needing momentum to pull ahead. The Husky defense gets the stop they need as the North defensive line forces a bad throw from the Wildcat quarterback, and Griffin Georgievic comes up with the interception. This crucial catch returns the possession to North, going into the final quarter. They grab the momentum they need and head to victory in a hard-fought battle. Let's look again at the North defensive line excelling in their positions as they put pressure on the QB, forcing the throw. Georgievic is ready for the grab and secures the ball no problem for his team, earning our Play of the Week.
Bennett Academy boys soccer is on the hunt for a conference title. Can the Red Wings finish the job against St. Viator? Find out after the break.
Rise and shine, Naperville. Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Holt from NBC5, and I am so blessed to be here in this amazing city that I call home. And I'd love for you to join me on Thursday, November 13th for The Morning Show, presented by NCTV 17. It's a celebration of what makes Naperville so special, including its own nonprofit television station. So if you're thirsting for a cup of coffee and maybe some conversation, get your tickets today.
Local news is your lifeline. Let the Daily Herald help you navigate your world with solid reporting, good advice, and a much-needed diversion or two.
Bennett Academy boys soccer needed a win over St. Viator to clinch the 2025 ESCC championship. Let's head over to the pitch in Lisle, where the Red Wings hope to celebrate on their home turf.
Bennett Academy boys soccer is one win away from clinching the ESCC championship as the Red Wings welcome St. Viator to campus to wrap up the conference schedule. Bennett enters the matchup with a 6-0-1 record in the ESCC with a 2-2 tie against St. Patrick as the only blemish. Bennett takes a 1-0 lead less than 10 seconds into the game on a deflected pass from Brian Midas. Less than 5 minutes later, Midas leaves a pass to Sergio Polanco, who slots one into the corner to put Bennett up by a pair. In a blink, the Red Wings have a 2-0 lead over the Lions. Approaching the midway point of the second half, Polanco curls the ball towards the net. Mateo Pisha deflects it, and a pile of bodies kick at the ball. Midas manages to dig it out as both the ball and the Red Wing forward stumble into the net. It's a 3-goal lead after a blazing start for Midas and the Bennett offense. Bennett looks to add another goal later in the half. Declan Christ pushes the ball up the right side. Gray Zamaro fires a shot off the bounce, but the Lion keeper deflects the ball away and makes the save. With a few minutes remaining in the opening half, St. Viator has a chance to get on the board with the fast break. Red Wing keeper Ryan Russell cuts off the angle just enough, and the shot attempt slides wide of the net. The Red Wings take a 3-0 lead into halftime. St. Viator comes out firing in the opening minutes of the second half. A great redirected pass from the Lions leads to their first goal of the game. St. Viator now trails 3-1 with plenty of time left on the clock. Bennett looks to get the goal as Sergio Polanco plays the ball ahead of Jude Isom. The senior, who is back on the pitch after back-to-back ACL tears, rips a shot but the Lion goalie deflects it, and Isom is unable to regain control. The Lions go back on offense, making a steal on the Red Wing side of the field. The shot attempt is denied by Russell, who keeps the Bennett lead at 2 goals with a save. With under 20 minutes to go in the second half, Ryan Benka maneuvers through the St. Viator defense and curls a shot past the keeper and into the net. A big insurance goal for Benka as the Red Wings go on top 4-1. A few minutes later, Bennett has a free kick opportunity. John Van Wiggeren taps a pass to Mateo Pisha, who unleashes a long-range shot into the goal. The captain puts the game on ice with the 5th Bennett goal of the game. The Lions add another score in the final minute, but it would not be enough. Bennett Academy wins the 2025 ESCC Boys Soccer Championship after a 5-2 victory over St. Viator with a conference record of 7-0-1.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
When it comes to buying a car, you want a deal that's fair, and that's exactly what you'll get at Fair Oaks Ford. It's why J.D. Power has named us the best customer experience in the business 4 years in a row. You know you'll experience fairness every step of the way. Right now, it's all about the zeros. Get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models. Fair pricing, fair deals. Fair Oaks Ford. It's right there in our name. Visit us on Ogden Avenue in Naperville or at fairoaksford.com.
Bennett Academy girls volleyball is once again a major contender to bring home a state championship next month. This year's Red Wings are led by a pair of seniors who've played major roles for the program since their freshman seasons. Justin Cornwell has more on a dynamic Red Wing duo in our latest feature story presented by Fair Oaks Lincoln.
Winning is a tradition for Bennett Academy girls volleyball, but few players have embodied that legacy quite like Linny Tarnow and Ellie Stiernagel. The two became fixtures in the Bennett varsity lineup during their freshman seasons, a rare feat for a program stocked full of talent year after year. Starting their run in the fall of 2022, Tarnow and Stiernagel have gone 141-12 in their 3.5 years with the team, advancing to the 4A state championship 3 consecutive seasons. Now, these seniors have gone from bright-eyed newcomers to battle-tested veterans as they chase that elusive state championship.
Let's go! It's hard when you're a freshman here to contribute, to be on the varsity team, and you have to earn it. You don't just give it just because you're on a high club team or you're going to be highly recruited. You still have to do it on the court. And both Linny and Ellie have taken that. They've come in here and they've earned their spot year after year. And then this year, it's been pretty special to watch them, as they've been able to see some of the seniors and some of the people and then take their own style and really become leaders for our group this year.
I think the 4 years at Bennett have been amazing. I mean, it hasn't ended in the way we wanted to the last 3 years. but the people that we've met, even just being by each other's side, I feel like we've grown a lot as people and players.
Obviously, I was the youngest on the team for a while because we didn't have any freshmen or sophomores, but this year it's a completely new team around me, so I think that's really exciting, and then hopefully trying to rub off all the stuff I've learned from the past 3 years onto them, and just how rewarding it is to see the progress we've made already and hopefully for the months coming.
With Steernagel guiding the Red Wing offense as the team's setter and Tarnow towering over the competition as a 6'5" middle blocker, the pair has spent the last 4 years refining their chemistry and developing into top-tier talents on the court.
That's just a blessing for both of us, and it's really bonded our connection over these past 4 years, and now obviously we're the setter and middle on the team, so I feel like as seniors, because we've had that bond for 4 years, it just makes our connection so flawless on the court.
It's fun to be able to set a 6'5" middle and just see her kill the ball, so having 4 years of that is so fun, and especially since we're both going to the Big Ten next year, I think it's going to be fun to play her.
After hundreds of matches played side by side, next fall they will each head to different Big Ten schools, with Tarnow heading north to the University of Wisconsin to reunite with former Red Wing All-American libero Anaya Warren. Steernagel is staying closer to home at Northwestern, where her father Chris played linebacker for the football team. Despite graduating 7 Division I players from last season's team, Bennett is once again a top contender to lift the 4A state trophy, with Tarnow, who was recently named an Under Armour All-American, and Steernagel setting the tone alongside several key returning veterans.
I'm very competitive in nature, and Linny is as well, and we always want to win, so I think that even though we've lost 3 years in a row, that doesn't show how we've gone back to work and wanted to prove ourselves even more. So I think even though we've lost the 3 times, and even though the team may change, the standard has it.
Obviously, we still have more work to do this year. We're still chasing a title, so that would be great, but I'm just so happy with the career I've had so far and all the accomplishments me and my team have done.
These girls are really self-aware, meaning we know we have to get to a certain level to even be able to get down there and to compete, and that's all they've really been focused on is, all right, how are we playing today? What can we do better tomorrow so we can get closer to what our goals are? Those two have been awesome about it.
For these Red Wings, the legacy continues. 1 set, 1 block, and 1 final run at state glory. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Justin Cornwell.
It's regional quarterfinals for the inaugural IHSA flag football season, and Naperville North faces off against Larkin. Ava Wilkie leads the Huskies as the quarterback, and here she's set up with great field positioning just long of the 40-yard line. The North QB cuts to the sideline and breaks a tackle before finding the end zone. As we take another look, we can see the moment Wilkie decides to take matters into her own hands and run the ball as Larkin defense gets close. Wilkie's teammates help defend her running path, and she weaves to break the tackle and secure the point. This nearly 50-yard run helped extend North's lead right before halftime, and the Huskies dominated the game to lock in a victory.
We close out this week's show in the water with the final regular season girls swimming and diving meets. Let's see how our local schools compete at the meets, swimming towards the end of the season.
The girls' swimming and diving season splashes into another week of DVC competition, with Mattia Valley visiting the pool at Naperville North. After the Mustangs won the 200 medley relay to start things off, the 200 freestyle swimmers jump into the water. Jules Swatland from North swims in lane 5, while teammate Jane Freeman glides through the water in lane 6. In lane 4 is Alyssa Rivero from Mattia Valley, who emerges as the leader. Rivero hangs on and gets to the wall in first place thanks to the final reach, with a time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Swatland takes second, while Freeman finishes in third. Next up is the 200 individual medley, where Ellen Chua from Mattia Valley battles for the front with Caitlin Bonamy from North. Swimming in lane 4, Chua steadily builds a lead and takes the first place finish, pulling away in the freestyle leg. The Huskies show their depth with Bonamy in second, Izzy Sersher in third, and Natalie Brown in fourth. North gets on the board with the win from Sofia Oliveira in the 50-yard freestyle. After a brief break, the swimmers jump back in with the 100-yard butterfly. Another race, another Mustang win as Mattia adds to its first place total on the night. Molly Schulk pulls away from North's Abby Pobosny and Jane Freeman to win by over 5 seconds with a time of 1 minute and 2 seconds. Isabel Sinsheimer from Mattia finishes in 4th. Schulk also picks up a win in the 500-yard freestyle later in the meet. After winning the 200 IM earlier in the night, Ellen Chua returns for the 100-yard freestyle and is able to hold off Jules Swatland from North competing in lane 5. The Mustangs win 6 of the first 7 races, but it's still a narrow lead because the points earned by the depth from Naperville North. Just a few races remaining when the 100-yard backstroke hits the water. Riley Rhodes from Mattia Valley swims in lane 4. North freshman Sophie Rutkowski builds an early lead and expands it as the race goes along. Rutkowski takes the win over Rhodes with a time of 1 minute 2 seconds, as the Huskies move into first place in the team standings. Naperville North looks to expand on that lead with the 100-yard breaststroke in what turns out to be one of the most competitive races of the night. Lainey Lund from Naperville North looks to overtake the early leader. Arohi Bhatia in lane 4 from Mattia Valley. Fellow Mustang Olivia Linduska is in the hunt as well in lane 6. Lund is able to hold off the 2 Mustangs at the wall, winning by just over a second with a time of 1 minute 12 seconds. Bhatia takes second, a half second in front of Linduska. The Huskies crank up the music for the final race of the night with the 400 free relay. The North team of Tasha Mantell, Sophie Rutkowski, Lainey Lund, and Abby Pobosny compete in lane 5. The top Mustang group of Alyssa Rivero, Michaela Paulding, Isabel Sinsheimer, and Yari Resendez. Despite Rivero giving Mattia an early lead, Rutkowski and Lund swim the 2 fastest legs of the race as the Huskies pull away and end the night with a win. Naperville North is victorious on a fun-filled night of competition by the score of 106-79 over Mattia Valley.
Waubonsie Valley girls swimming travels to Naperville North for a late-season DVC matchup. With a DVC championship meet a few weeks away, both teams are looking to hit their stride, beginning with the 200-yard medley relay. North's Delaney Lund and Waubonsie's Mirabelle LaCourciere are neck and neck, competing for the lead as the first swimmers in the pool. Lund has a slight advantage after getting to the wall first, with LaCourciere applying the pressure. Anchors Anna Huncharek from Waubonsie Valley and Husky Caitlin Vonamy are neck and neck as the Warrior gets to the wall first. LaCourciere, Brooklyn Lantisser, Abby Brown, and Huncharek finished first, an overall time of 1 minute 53.25 seconds, with the Huskies not far behind with a time of 1 minute 53.74 seconds. Time for the first individual race, the 200-yard freestyle. Warrior Estelle Castaneda has the early lead, with North Sophia Oliveira and Warrior Madeline Hartzell not far behind. The 2 Waubonsie teammates pull ahead and the 2 compete for a first-place finish. Going down to the wire, Hartzell gets the victory with a time of 2 minutes, with Castaneda finishing in second place in 2 minutes and 1 second. Jules Swatland gets the third-place finish for the Huskies. The Warriors continue their strong start into the 200-yard individual medley, with Warrior Abby Brown out in front. Brown continues the strong start for the green and gold with the first-place finish with a time of 2 minutes 18.80 seconds. Brooklyn Lantisser takes second for Waubonsie, just ahead of Husky Abby Pobosny in third. Moving on to the 50-yard freestyle. Just like the first relay, as North's Delaney Lund and Waubonsie's Mirabelle LaCourciere are side by side as the swimmers come flying down the pool for the fastest race of the night. In a photo finish, the Husky reaches the wall first in 25.05 seconds, with LaCourciere finishing in 25.45 seconds. Caitlin Vonamy from North is just behind the top 2 in third place. In the 100-yard butterfly, LaCourciere, the talented freshman, goes head-to-head against fellow freshman Sophie Rutkowski from Naperville North. This time, it's the Warrior who gets to the wall first, with Rutkowski a couple seconds behind. A season-best time of 59.74 seconds for LaCourciere. The Huskies look to build some momentum in the 100-yard freestyle. Lainey Lund gets out to another strong start as Warrior Kaylin Ball is just a half stroke behind. Down the final stretch, the Husky finishes on top in another close race with a time of 55.08 seconds as Kaylin Ball is next to reach the wall in 56.25 seconds. Jumping ahead to the final race of the night, the 400-yard freestyle relay. Both teams looking to finish the night strong as LaCourciere has the slight advantage for the Warriors over Pobosny, swimming for North. LaCourciere reaches the wall first, allowing Hartzell to extend their lead as North's Sofia Oliveira looks to close the gap. After Melanie Modeman continues to push the lead for the Warriors, Honcharek glides through the water and reaches the wall first for the green and gold. LaCourciere, Hartzell, Modeman, and Honcharek close out the night with a time of 3 minutes 45.92 seconds. North's Pobosny, Oliveira, Jane Freeman, and Jewel Swatland finish in 3 minutes 52.68 seconds. That helps Waubonsie Valley secure the team victory over Naperville North by the score of 122-64.
And that wraps up another edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. There are just 2 weeks left of regular season football, and the girls' tennis sectionals will be here next week. Of course, you can find all of our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us across all social media platforms at NCTV17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Kim Pierce. We'll see you again next week.